Hello, hello, Imaginary Villain here, and it's once again time to get down to some game dev. But before we do that, right before this, someone clued me in that RM did a wonderful thing for us. Go over to Steam. That's right, go over to Steam. And download this. It's just a free RPGMaker, action RPG plugin set. Like, it's just free. You just download it. And it's got all kinds of crazy stuff in there. Like, I was looking at it, I was like, wow. I mean, it's not as cool as what I got going on, but, you know, at $0, it's hard to go wrong with it. And I already downloaded it. And not only does it come with, the whole action everything, it comes with a pixel movement system they call the dot movement system. And it comes with self variables. I mean, why not? It's just you don't have to use the VS ones. Works for me. And it also comes with animation plugins and just a whole bunch of stuff. So, like, wow. Go get it. It's free. No, I don't want to use it, but it's free. Say, just in case you. Okay, well, I'll always boot it up just to show anyone who happens to wander by that, hey, this is a thing. It's not very cool because it is a sample, but just look. It'll do its little thing, whatever, who cares? I mean, just saying. The controls are a little wonky and weird, but you get HP bars in there, and like, I mean, you don't have to do anything. And then a cool system to actually put shortcuts up and everything too. I'm gonna put it there. I looked at this briefly earlier, and color me impressed. Like, they didn't have to make this, and like now I can use it, and it's cool. Just go, cool, boom, boom, yay! Probably should turn the music off when I was doing that too, and potions work from there too. So cool. Actually, what's the button on that? Okay, yeah. So if in case you're bored, that is free. Go get it. Go play with it. Now, obviously, in comparison to what I currently have, that is not even remotely impressive, as I commit the cardinal error sin. There is a brief moment when you open RPGMaker games where if you move the window, you can crash it. I don't remember this in MV, but it's an MZ thing that does exist. And if your thing was already full screen, it works with two monitors. Like, it's an error with two monitors. It's not. Don't worry about it with one. I've never found it with one. But if you try to move across it with two, yeah. Apparently, I'm gonna have my music running for a second, so I'm gonna pause this one for the game here. So, since that was last year, I made a couple changes, including fixing the bordering thing. Because late last time I thought to myself, hey, the maps just kind of go off in the middle of nowhere, and people wonder, well, why can't you go out there? That's dumb. Like, shouldn't the maps connect or something like that? You're right. They probably should. So to make them look like they don't connect to other places, I created an actual algorithm here that sits there and lines junk up along the sides. And what I found was it kind of created more of a tunnel effect for the game. So now there's more crazy places to wander, which just seemed much cooler to me than the previous version of the thing, where you're just like, okay, well, okay, it doesn't do anything. So, let's see here. I made that change. I made a change to the floor. The other one there was just something off of Incarnate that didn't match the style at all, but I was having problems with the gridding setup for that. But the same system I used to place the border of the map also allowed me to rewrite my grid code so that it was much better. I wrote the code for the thingy a while ago, like a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years, and it just doesn't have the how best to put it. Okay, I sucked at coding back then. Let's put it that way. I mean, I did make it, so I didn't really suck as bad as some, but that wasn't really the best either, So, I had to work on this particular boss because he'll walk out there and he gets stuck on you. And that's just weird. Plus, he's not very effective. Poison needs to be balanced. Everything needs to be balanced. He just kind of wanders off. He's kind of worthless. Those are some of the major changes I made. Mostly it was just in programming things, which I could have done on stream, but I don't know. I just couldn't sleep that night. And I was just like, okay, well, I'm just going to keep working on this. And I should have just kept the stream on, to be completely honest. Of course, I would have just been watching me do dumb things with just poor coding. I really have a hard time visualizing how it's going to look until I actually put it out there, like, you know, like how the math lines up. And I have a really bad habit of mixing up height and width all the time. It just happens. I mean, I know the difference between the two, but when I'm doing my calculations, I'll often put them in the reverse order like an idiot and then wonder why it came out so badly. There you go. That's what happens. So another big improvement. Now I'm streaming at 8,000 bit rate. I got a better internet connection, so it should look better. Anyway, back to having the music on, because, you know, silence is not golden. Silence is silence. I like it when it's, well, out in nature, I guess. Then I'm all about silence, because, well, actually, not even then, because that usually means there's a predator nearby, so silence is not golden there either. No, silence kind of sucks. I was thinking of looking at that, the Action RPG's movement system and seeing if I could move it to this one here, but because Q movement's kind of a little on the outdated side. But the problem is I want to use this for another game too, and that game's going to want QM Collision Map, which is a fantastic plugin. So that lets you do all the collision for a map based on art. Instead of, you know, based on just pure numbers. You can just erase what you don't want for the image, and then that becomes the collision for it. It's beautiful. Sadly, it doesn't really have any purpose for this game, because this game is got a 2D world that, well, you know, it occurs to me that I could do that. I could make the collision based on that. Huh. How perfect do I want my collision, and is it worth the time? I think if I was going to make the whole game like that, it'd probably be pretty cool to do that. It's a great idea. I'll have to think about that, because that does promise. Okay, so anyway, that's not going into this version of the game. No, thank you. I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to add that. All right, so I guess I'm just going to start working on the enemies themselves, because I think I've largely fixed every problem, with one exception. That's with some other guy's plugin that I need to... I mean, I'm probably going to have him see if he can fix it himself, because it's his plugin, and, you know, why should I go to all the trouble to fix his plugin when, you know, he's the one who's going to want the fixed version so he can sell it to people. But I don't really want to go to the trouble to that. I also need invincibility frames for the bosses, so I need a few things going on here. So yeah, everything seems to be working for the enemies right now. Working for them. Working with the enemies. That's right, we're working for the bad guys now. Yeah. So this one has a problem of when he gets too close. Yeah. I think it's all in how I've written him, because I wrote the Teddy boss to be different. I've written them all to be a bit different, and I think some of the better ones are... Text if he can pass and moves near the player. Oh, I should just switch to boss relocate near player. Oh wait, but the Jack boss... Well, the Jack boss poisons. I kind of want the Jack boss to bite people, but... I'd have to make a whole animation of it biting people. Which is not a terrible thing, but Daz usually likes to break the stream. So I'm not a big fan of opening it on stream. Well, it breaks this codec that I'm using, the NVIDIA codec. It's not a pretty sight. I don't want to. It's better to do it off stream for what's happened with it in the past. This is not a good plan here. Maybe if I get a different graphics card, I could. I'm also kind of peeking a bit there. Okay, so if I get a better graphics card, maybe, but probably not going to happen anytime soon because I have a great AMD one. It just Daz only likes NVIDIA because of this CUDA core issue. So if you're into Daz, don't buy an AMD graphics card. Buy an NVIDIA. Oh my gosh, the amount of problems that caused me. The problem with the bosses that run away, as far as I can tell, there's no reason to have this. Well, actually, that's if I want to turn the music on if the boss shows up. Am I doing that? I don't know. I'm going to borrow this compare command here. How close should it get to the player? That's a good question here. We'll make this a mode far. I want to get close to the player. I just don't want him to get stuck on the player, I think is the issue. Now that he's a poison boss, I kind of want him to have to almost just charge in at the player. I don't want it to be quite as aggressive as the Teddy though. Boss relocate should never be used except for when stuck, I think. Yeah, that would make sense. Because anywhere else it's kind of like, eh. So if it's within 140, farther than 140, and if it can't move, it just does collision behavior. Yet it still bumps the player. That's what's weird to me. This collision system is not the best. I wonder if the other one is better. I'll look and see. I really want to look into the new pixel movement system, but that usually takes a lot of time and effort to see what it can truly do. Also, I don't know if it can do like different shapes and stuff. I guess I could look. Do a quick read on what it can actually do. Open up the code for it. Character collision EX. Wait, what? That's weird. At the top is no, they put their thing backwards. How awkward and weird. Terrain slip through. I don't care about terrain. Player through. Sure. Don't care. Don't care. Oh, just followers. Nice. Very nice indeed. Okay. You have any kind of explanation of what you do? So I'm not going to read all the code. Oh, it's in Japanese. Of course it is. How unhelpful. Is there really no help in English? It's just this tiny little bit? Well, okay, well. I don't see anything about changing shapes. Yeah. I get the feeling that Q movement is still blatantly better, but you know, still good on them for making it. That's all I gotta say. I mean, you know, I have nothing but praise for them having made that. If I hadn't already made all this stuff, I might be excited by it. I'm still excited by it, even not, you know, even though I might not use it. Um, I just think this poison needs to do something. All the things are set in here. Oh, I think it's just poison itself. Did I ever make a way for poison to do different amounts of damage? I don't think so. It just does damage and then inflicts poison. So I guess I can make his attack inflict damage as well. And then the poison's just obnoxious. Yeah, let's make it hurt a little more. Like, it puts pools everywhere, so we'll make it 5. I don't want it to be too ridiculous. Also, if you get hit by the actual shot, if he uses it, it should hurt a lot more. Maybe like 15, I don't know. I'm not sure how I'm going to balance this. It's going to be a lot of trial and error to see what even works. I wonder if this is like the worst stream day. It might be, to be completely honest. But then again, the whole point of this streaming is not actually to, oh, I gotta turn the music off on this. I don't want to hear it over and over. The whole point of streaming was to convince myself to work on the game. Like, if nobody watches, at the end of the day, I'll have completed the game. That's the overall goal. I'm kind of hoping that people gain some interest over time. That's true. I also need to post more places. I mean, so far posting to Twitter has... I love my little beep beep car. I did turn off the beeping noise, but still love it. I keep putting a different picture in there for purpose of that. Oh, I changed the transition effect. I've messed with it for a long time. You know, the system for doing transitions... Oh, she walks out of the picture now, too. I might fix those as well. The system for doing transitions, this has, is really terrible for the transition in. It just doesn't work very well. I can't seem to get it to not be incredibly fast. No matter how... I set it to like 10 seconds and it still went in 30... it went in like 3 seconds. It was not even that. It's so fast I couldn't even see it. I'm just like, okay. So I finally just gave up after a while in the transition in. The transition out works great though. I wonder if there's another transition plugin out there that's better than this one. This one's a little wonky, so... There's an issue here with this, Why can't I, see the, things again? Well, that worked this time, okay. But why, Huh. Well, let me bring it to collision. Anyway, whatever. So... Well, those just inflict poison. It does change the status duration, but it doesn't affect damage at all, does it? That seems weird. I honestly think poison's pretty balanced, to be fair. Like, it's not supposed to be devastating all by itself. It's just supposed to be obnoxious. The heal's not very balanced, but then again, you also run out of mana really fast, so... I really should balance these abilities over time, but... I may have people try to balance it for me, just to test it out and see how it goes. I could have a way for them to set it themselves too, which would be interesting to see what they arrive at as the most balanced thing. What a strange system that would be, what? Huh. I'll have to think about this. Well, actually, the jack shot there is oh, he doesn't use the jack shot. He just uses poison the whole time. Oh, I guess that was a mistake to change. I don't want to do that much damage. Hit me. Hit me. I mean, you kind of deserve to get hit by it. It's kind of a little slow, but because those enemies are endless, we don't want that. You do 5 again. That seems better. Well, the problem is poison doesn't do enough damage to really make it matter. How do we make poison matter? Can it matter? I mean, it has to basically be strapped to an attack, right, that does damage. So, if that's the case, page 2? I guess it has to deal damage as well. I think everything just does. I guess then the argument is, why not have everything deal damage? And if you're going to do that, then why not just have this at the bottom of all the switches? I'll think about it. Well, I guess the poison pool can deal damage. I do kind of want it to do that. I'm not sure on the other ones yet. I'll think about it. There might just be an argument that they all need to do damage, though. And then come with a bonus drawback, because none of them are strong enough, except for slow is pretty obnoxious, but none of them are strong enough to really matter. Yeah, I think I might do that. This is part of the block, right? If there is not. Yeah, okay. And then we just comment these out. What did I just do there? That's a big problem. The player seems so quick, and making the enemies actually threatening enough that the player just can't just keep running away is such an issue. I mean, there has to be a reason to kill the enemies, I guess. With them being endless, it doesn't really, it kind of changes it up. It makes it not that great. Huh. Kind of a conundrum, really. I like that she walks out of the picture now. Also, the picture has collision. I know it looks weird, but when I went to walk around it, it turned out that that seemed like the best one because she goes close enough to it that it looks like she's standing right at it, even though it's that high up. And this critter from mostly walking behind it, but for some reason she can still walk like this. And this just seems to be an issue with the QM, or the Q movement, I guess. I don't know. God, if the other one has like colliders, oh gosh, it'd be so good. I still got to make a page for all these tutorials. I'm going to redo the tutorials. I went to watch them, and this is actually why I created my internet connection, because I saw how it would kind of do this weird bleed effect, like it was some sort of, like an art thing, a surrealistic art. There we go. And it just looked so bad. It would just go blur, and then it'd be fine, then blur, and then fine. It's like, ugh, really? I don't usually watch this stuff. I mean, I would listen to the streams to see how I sounded, see if I could improve things, but I never really watched one until then. I was like, oh god, it's horrible. I mean, I watched some test thingies, but the test thingies were like a few minutes. There was like 20 minutes of tutorial, and I was like, oh, right. It does do damage. It looks bad, though, with how they stack on each other like that. He does do significantly more damage, but now he's still on top of me, or I can't move. I don't like that. He should never be on top of me with the inability to move. That's kind of a fundamental problem. Originally, I had him kind of jump away from the player, but I don't think I want to do that anymore. Or do I? He does change his attacks. Moving away from the player doesn't make much sense. I guess it does kind of confuse him a little bit. Whatever the case, this needs to be farther. He should never be able to get within that kind of distance of the player. And the poison things take up a big space. They're not taking up 48 pixels. They're taking up a big space. So, let me check something here. How good is that to public? Anyway, let's see. Just double checking the stream was set to public because I don't even always check that. Late night though, I really think I should probably stream on the weekend and at a different time entirely. Yeah, anyway. So we're trying with these poison things here. Hmm. Just trying to decide how much damage I want him to do. I do like that they deal damage. I don't really want to create multiple poison types right now. Having them stacked doesn't seem so great. But the player damage thingy appears always in the same location, so... Oh, I know what I could make it do. I could make it move up. And I wrote this so long ago, and there's so many dumb crap in it that I just want to change it, but it'll never get done if I do that. So it's just this X and Y, right? Double check here. How complicated do I want this to be, I guess, is the question. Huh. Telling someone they should buy MZ over MV because now there's an action RPG set. As evidence by me talking about it. We don't need that. Let's see if let's see. Move X equal to right vj dot move X or 0. Let's see, is greater than 0. Greater than 0. No, you might do a negative. Does not equal 0. This is an and, if both of them are the case. Otherwise, I want this. That's IV sprite dot check options dot push 8. Found a way to make it more efficient by simply just adding the all options to an array, and it just checks each one down the list. Does its thing. So I think that was all I needed. Do I need a time on that one? I don't think I do. Wait, why am I adding that to this one when the message plugin is the one that actually needs it? That's not very smart. Right, okay. It'll cover itself pretty easily there, so I shouldn't have to do anything. Well, doesn't matter. I'm going to test with this. I don't know why I did it this way. Okay, I'll do it on the message one. That's the one that actually needs it. I was thinking. Oh man, this one is so much less advanced than the other. I can add it real fast. Let's see. Move X. Move Y. This is like the younger version of the other one, but it does work. Sadly, it's not compatible with MV though, because it uses the a different font system than is built into MV. MZ has a completely different one there, so. This is where we copy code. Kind of copy code, sort of. Trying to bring this one up into a new plane here. This one can go under this text time is greater than 1. Sure. You can definitely tell these two are very similar to each other. The time text can be 1. Don't need that line anymore, I don't think. That's fine. This doesn't need an if, it's just push 2 and it wobbles. Quiet night. That's fair. Oh, I have one. I don't have one at all. Oh. Okay, so I was trying to make someone not make the horrible choice of, you know, picking up MV over MZ, but they did. I should just name them all as the same thing. I could literally just copy paste code, which makes me think I should actually fuse the two plugins, but like I said, this one only works with MZ, so. In this case, I guess I can make it 8 just to keep continuity. I guess that's fine. I haven't copied the move over yet. This is how we recycle code, recycle code, recycle code. Where's move at? Not oof. Move. Oh, I didn't change that. Moose bright. Moves us bright. Ah yes, the infamous run function. Because my plugin can sit there and run functions perpetually too without needing to call things. It just puts them in the memory. It's like, yeah, just run this. It's a hacker plugin. It's one of the reasons why my plugins are so much faster is because they don't sit there and call the stupid RM code over and over. They just run instead. Text. Text time is now 1. So push 1 and then push 2 on wobble. Doing some pretty massive changes to you, little buddy. Always mark my version changes so I know better. It's just a minor change. Alright, so I believe that's everything I need. And then for damage, let's test this out. Object damaged. I don't know why I need to keep typing, it doesn't really matter. We want move Y here, so move Y negative. We'll start with a bigger number just to see how much it moves. We'll see if all that code works. Oh, it doesn't. Spoiler, it doesn't. Let's see. Page source. Background page, console me baby. Nice. Regular inspect, there we go. 459. Did kind of go a little ham here. Oh, it's because I'm dumb. That's all. That's what happens when you copy paste code, you know? The two really could be fused together. I could just have one comprehensive system. The one plugin that rules them all. Then it's kind of hard to keep track of, and you know, whatever. I don't see why I couldn't do that. I mean... Alright, now to have my character get kicked in the face. See how cool that is? You see characters there? It's so sweet. Works for me. Alright, everyone, kick me in the face. Do it. I need to see the pain. I didn't put it on the boxes. I should have done that. But the boxes don't even really register damage. Did not move up. I think it looks like it moved down. What is that? Because it just adds to it, so it doesn't really matter. It shouldn't, it's just adding pixels. Console.log. This check I don't need all this. I just do this. Weird. Move text. We'll say 8, so I know. What is it saying? I wonder if Monday's just kind of a bad day for me. By the time Friday rolls around, I always have a lot more people, but also it might just be well, I guess it's technically Tuesday for a lot of people, isn't it? Huh. I always seem to have the worst viewers on that. Well, last video was the most viewers I've ever had, so if this one's the least viewers, that would just be fitting. What'd it do? You know what I forgot to do? I don't think it's pushing the option. What is it saying? The option it pushed was 1. Push 2. 2. I'm gonna have to do this for the other one too, but that's okay. It'll get the ability to move the images around. I probably need an option to also change how they move too, but whatever. Most of the time I made this so it could be strapped to events or the player or the screen, not really to move around. I'm going to remove this check options here, and I'm going to put it where it won't loop over and over. I don't really want to see it every 5 seconds. I want to see what the check options arrives at here. It won't even matter otherwise. Just grab that from further down. Let's see here. Good times had by someone. Hopefully me. I mean, making this plugin better is good because I can use it for other things too, though. Until I release something, I don't think anyone's gonna be that excited. That's why I don't think it's worth trying to make money off them. Like, until you have an advertising campaign, what good's it even gonna do you? You gotta get people even looking at the thing first. And I really haven't got people that excited in the development yet, so I probably need something more visually stimulating, to be honest. Maybe I just need to go straight to UE, but I always see people's like first game videos, and they're always not worse than this by far. And it's like, my first game looks cool. Not cool enough though, not at all. But once again, it's trapped. That's really annoying. Hit me! Hit me! What'd it do? Undefined. So let's see, let's put that over here for a second. But this should be if it doesn't equal. I guess they both have to not equal 0. Okay. Yeah, that was just a logical fallacy on my part. This is what happens when you give an artist the keys to the coding kingdom. You just, I don't know. It made sense when I first typed it. It was just wrong. That's all. Just blatantly wrong. Yep, indeed. Blatantly wrong. Turn this down a little bit. I get excited, then I just peak a lot, and it's ridiculous, but I don't keep a very moderated tone, I think. I don't know, like I'm not quite in the yellow. I'm supposed to be in the yellow. I watched some video on YouTube, and they're like, yeah, you want to keep your voice in the yellow, not the red and not the green. The green's like not loud enough, and the red just you peak and sound terrible. And I'm like, okay, well, that sucks. Oh, hit me. I'm sorry, hit me. You're supposed to hit me. Ooh. We got our success. That's a start. But at 409... I forgot, we're building an object here. Because all my objects are little deployable objects that just drop right on in, do their thing, and then leave, so I don't have to deal with all the problems caused by the other, by it calling a plugin over and over and over, which is a problem that happens. If the object doesn't have to call anything else and it just operates autonomously, it uses way less resources. So the goal is just to make everything build itself into a useful object, and then when it's done, it just goes the way of the dodo. Which, to be fair, I think the dodo didn't actually die out, did it? It's going the way of the dodo doesn't make as much sense. I think they actually brought it back from the brink. Maybe not, though. I could be wrong. Shoot me! It did not move. Well, we've established now that it doesn't maintain the number. Because the way this is set, I can't do what I'm want to do here. It has to be done differently. Why is there an or after that? I don't need an option for this, do I? Wait, I think I can get away with no option on this at all. Plus, this dot move. I don't know why these are here. There was some point to it, I'm sure, when I made it, but I don't know what it was. This is potentially the easiest thing ever. Oh, I gotta make that change. I gotta get rid of that option then. Just don't push this option. Fine. I don't care if the rest of it next, because it's not gonna make a difference. I'll probably take it back out in a second. I didn't realize how easy the solution to this was. Stupid. I meant to make these plugins stronger in the first place because they kind of already can do a lot, but mostly they've been reliant upon events to move for the player. But what if I'm just saying they didn't care? Boom. I like blowing things up. I need to add more sound effects to the game. Sound effects make such a huge difference. Shoot me in the face. It might not move fast enough. To make a noticeable move thing. Let me do a quick test here to make certain that it's not that it's just that it's not just because there's not enough time. Also, I need a console log in there so I can get a good check on what's happening here. This is basically like the coder's stethoscope for like JavaScript. Very effective, very good, very necessary. I think I might switch my time up now that I have better connection. Being up late seems terrible. Why bother? Why didn't it hit me? Hit me! This is not subtracting 100. Uh, oh, I need a counter. Twenty should be somewhat noticeable. It's getting iterated a few times. get this effect to work. Probably. Oh, hey, Lee. Not a whole lot. Just trying to make my code a little better than last time, I guess. I don't know. I want to make the text float up instead of just sitting there. So when the player gets hit or something and it shows the damage, instead of it just all stacking on top of each other, it'll slowly float up from the player. How's things going with you? Oh. Well, that didn't work very well, did it? $289. Wow. All because I capitalized the T. Nice. I feel like I should move this microphone a bit closer. It keeps falling over, though. The loaner microphone is a loaner microphone. It's very apparent that it's a loaner microphone. Oh. Doesn't do that either. Oh, I'm not moving it closer. It keeps falling over. Fair enough. This microphone's on a little tripod, but for some reason, it just doesn't really, it's just not a very good tripod. It's just the most imbalanced tripod ever. This should be on the screen a bit. Hopefully my code works this time. Gotta add it to another plugin too. Well, the other plugin doesn't really need it. Well, that worked. It went up. Woohoo! Poof. Maybe a little fast, but it worked. Score 1 for the bad guys. Or at least the villains of the world. Let's see what happens if it moves at a speed of 1 pixel per frame. Yeah, I mean, if it works, it works. As long as it works, that's all that matters. I was actually watching Markiplier's editor make a game, and he was saying that. He's like, as long as it works, that's all that matters. And he just took every shortcut possible to make that game. But, I mean, he cranked it out in a couple weeks. Good for him. This is words to live by, you know. If you have a game that isn't released, it's not very valuable. Even if the game is, you know, terrible, if you release it, it's still better than a game that's unreleased. Show it to me. Jeez. Well, that's too slow. But the effect isn't terrible. Maybe 3 times that speed will be good enough. Let's see, let move Y equal -3. Don't have to keep changing this on every single command. It's just going to do that. That's the best thing about being a programmer. If you really want something to exist in your game, you can make it exist in your game. Should you make it exist? I don't know about that, but you can. Of course, a lot of times it just consists of trial and error till you get there, but well, that's just how coding is. The more systems you get, the more something can mess something else up, and it's hard to foresee every possible problem. It's definitely given me quite a respect for all those people out there who are finding bugs in their games. It's like, now that I know how hard it is, I'm like, oh, okay, well, I feel a little more badly for him. That's a little better right there. Nice. Yeah, yeah. The heal doesn't do it yet, but that's easily fixed. Get the boss out. I did this because the poison effect was sitting on top of another poison effect, and it looked terrible. So what's on your agenda for tonight, Lee? Or I guess for you it's the morning. You found a cool game to play? Or a good video to watch? There he is. They still sit on top of each other. They just move up at the same pace now. Huh. Mobile games, huh? Which mobile game? Or just a lot of mobile games? If I random this. Yeah, I thought random. Math.round. Math.random. What is the math random command? So just copy pasted it like a smart person. Oops. I need to delete all these math.randoms. I'll go random up to 5 and I'll start at 3. That might make it a little more varied. Yeah. Oh, slow needs a duration. Guess there's no point in having these varied anymore since now they move up. This also needs this here. Actually thinking I should just make mobile games. More people play them than anything else. It's like, why make games on PC? That's silly. Technically, you can play this on mobile. Maybe. I haven't really tested it on anything, so it'd probably explode. Maybe not. It probably would. If my much better tech system actually does what it's supposed to do. I went down. Well, that's not what I want. It's probably because I randomed it but didn't make it a negative. Oops. I changed it on the player, right? Yep. Every night that I think I'm going to make my enemies better, I end up working on my plugins instead to make them better. It does not seem conducive to actually finishing this game. I'll have pretty cool tools for the next time. That's true, but what I really kind of want, I want like a bunch of, images behind her that are moving around in the picture. Huh. Much harder to do in RPGMaker than Unreal Engine, but it can be done. All right. I like they go. I kind of wanted to last longer, but not as long as the poison, which is stupid. That's a little too long. Well, let time equal about 60, I guess. I think the other ones actually had a higher Y. Maybe that's, I think I want a higher Y to start with too. You start with a Y minus 40. That seems reasonable. All right, so let's just copy the whole thing here. I should just define this at the very top since I'm going to use it everywhere, but whatever. You know, if they're all going to say a message, I guess technically if it defaults, they don't say a message. So a lot of things actually don't. It's just these ones that do it. Trying to find a way to do less coding here, but sadly, that does not look like it's going to be the case. I guess I could have a status ailment. That seems like it's even more coding. Maybe, I don't know. Then I could just put the actual names on each thing there. And that'd be a thing. Huh. I don't know. Decisions. Okay. So I've changed all those. I can maneuver the text all cool in a lot of places. Do I really want to? I mean, the little jumping numbers is pretty useful. I also need to figure out a way to have a bar. I guess I could do health bars. I don't know. It involves CTX. My understanding of CTX is not very good. Probably because my understanding consists of I never looked at it other than briefly for community lighting and didn't even have to come up with the commands for it. Seems very good. You can do a lot of visuals with it. Coding, all the coding. All the time. I guess I could create a text queue within the plugin. Do I want to do that? That seems kind of... That's not a bad idea, actually, I guess. That's definitely better. Oh, that's way better. Maybe slightly less time, though. Oh, there's so much just code here that could easily be fixed to be better. I changed the music up. This music's just... I've been hearing it a bunch in the streams, but sadly I can't listen to Spotify or anything, otherwise YouTube will just strike me like crazy. So that sucks. I do have all those tracks I got as part of that pack. I don't know. I need to have an entire stream thing made. I got actually a folder of all the stuff I might want to use. Should probably just pick a day and just go ham on it. Okay, I don't like the slower ones. I think that there should never be that slow. So we're gonna do like 6 to 4, I think. All these things you do just to visually look better. I still got this for heal as well. And for the enemies. I'll figure out the exact numbers, then I'll hunt down the heal and the enemies ones. Actually, I did the ones today, so am I thinking? For the status ailments, I guess. Little transition scene is kind of neat. One of the problems of this game is it's not visually very impressive, so I can't just take screenshots of it to make thumbnails. I could put a 30-second video up on Twitter each time, though, so they can see what I'm working on. That'd be a good idea. Might net more people. Still not very threatening. I think the variance should not be so high. I think the variance should actually just be 5 or 4. And then start with negative 60. Set the time at like 40. 5, 4, 40, negative 60. Make it synced up with the other. I might make some graphics for the stream. I feel like I should. I'm gonna test this and then probably take a quick bio break, but I want to see if this works before I do it, or how it looks. Actually, I already know it works, but how does it look? I do like the numbers bouncing up over the things though, so that's kind of cool. I could make them wobble as they bounce up too. We can get real animated here if I want. Now we're embellishing for looks. I mean, it's a Diablo game. It should be at least reasonably fun for people. If not, well, we will not speak of this, even though there's like so many hours of evidence of me making it. That's not too bad. Maybe a little higher, potentially. I don't know. Anyway. All right. It's so wide. Rake. Bear back. We'll just do that real fast, and then I shall return. All right, I'm back. I don't know what I ate, but it did not agree with me. I was like, oof. I do know what I ate, but just the usual stuff I ate. I don't know why it didn't agree with me this time. I just made it like earlier today. It's just leftovers, but I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so I'm okay with those numbers. I believe they seemed fine. So I'm going to probably want to code those numbers into the heal spell. which is not inside a plugin, but should be for the most part. But all the player spells aren't. Oh, that's right. He'll, oh, I need a thing for star armor too. No, wait, I have a star armor. Was it slow I needed? No, it was star armor, didn't have a counter. I think I added that in. I don't remember. Let's do all those. Little copy pasta. Delicious copy pasta. That wobbles too. Let's see about making them all wobble. I'm down to wobble. I realize not everyone likes the wobble effect, but that's okay. I like it, so I don't care. Not much else to be said about it, really. If it's going to crash and burn, it's going to crash and burn how I want it to crash and burn. Wait, that's not good, is it? Oh. I should probably put this code over here. People can watch it. Oh, that's right. I got to add them here. Okay, this is getting obnoxious, having to change all these. We're going to make some changes here. It's my recycle code trick there. A little switch that basically flips, essentially. Set it to 0, and if at any point I set it to 1, then... or anything besides 0, it's fine. It'll trigger these things here. Let's see. Well, actually... I guess that really doesn't save a whole lot of time, does it? Thinking about it. Because if I do that... well, it's very quiet night here. If I do that, then I gotta have a message and a style that's different. That's fine, I guess. Oops, I don't need that twice. That message equal Alright, well, this needs to be down here. Oh, wait, don't do let. It's just message equals. Style equals poison. Because I'm probably going to hit a lot more things as time goes by, I don't really want this to have to be changed all the time on each and every line. So this will mean where I just have to change a couple things and then it changes all of it and makes it a lot easier. But right now it's probably more work, but in the end it should be much faster. Actually, I'm going to go and paste these each time, so I only do it once. And remove the damage thing on these. I really don't want to have to constantly do this over and over, so let's make it less of a mess. Oh, wait, this is exactly identical to this one. Well, let's just do this then. Undo, copy. Guess I pasted it like an idiot. Nice job, me. Yeah. And this will go under slowed here. Poison, and then darkness needs a 1-2. Darkness and darkness. Okay, I'm tired of this music. I don't like it very much. Time to flip the script here, I guess. Well, not flip the script, but change the music to something that's a little less obnoxious. Gotta hunt down some more music here at some point. I think that's all I want to do here. Poison, poison, darkness, dark. Wait, nope, one more. I believe this one too. I think that's all I wanted. can also make damage an option too. I'll leave that as it is for now. Good times. Wait, is it still stuck on that? Huh. This doesn't need to really update the what it's showing on YouTube very well. Interesting. Maybe it only does it if it's active or something. Maybe it's a change they made. I was like, wait a second, it's showing you something from, you know, like 20 plus minutes ago. That's crazy. I really gotta release this so people can mess with it. Mostly I just need to make it actually playable now. I'm probably not going to mess too much with anything else for plugins, I guess. Oh, I need to take damage too. Hurt me good and in the face. I like the pain. Mostly I want to see the plugin do its things. Yes, yes, hurt me. Why aren't you working? That's strange. Also, I don't need all those up there anymore. Optional message is not defined. Why is that? I copy-pasted it. Unfortunately, I can't spell. I blame public education, which is terrible in the US. Good, clean, wholesome fun for the entire family. Yes. Just doing random voices on you just because I can. Like all the friends. That should do that. I don't need the rest of these though. I don't need all the console commands here. I do need to go through and now add this to there. This plugin got a pretty massive upgrade. The new check option system. These don't currently do anything because they're from those. I probably want vanishing everything and stuff like that. I mean, I could make all this make it cool. Take all the options that exist for the other one and just add them in. The fixed thingy doesn't matter. It's a weird issue with the other things. I should actually just mirror the two plugins. I don't know why I haven't yet. Just coming back to the person who told me about the release of the action RPG and saying, you know, They really flew under the radar, which is weird too, because they make this big huge thing and they don't tell anybody about it. Had this random guy on the forums not said anything, I would never have known. That's so dumb. Like, if we're gonna make something cool, tell people about it, as I sit here and make something that's at least reasonably cool and not tell enough people about it. I don't know. I might just stream on the weekends instead of streaming during the week. Weekends seem like better timing anyway. The walk animation is actually pretty cool. I don't use it for anything, but it's pretty cool. I mean, it works, and I don't know. Kidding me? I thought you could destroy the projectiles. That was weird. Seems to work most of the time. Those aren't wobbling though. Interesting. It is though. Why aren't they wobbling? Did I not include a wobble on the other? Maybe. Wobble, wobble. I remember I was so happy about that. It's when I learned how I could set up like a counter like that and trick the events or trick the object into doing these things and maintaining the information after just hacking itself in there. So it's pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Okay. I just forgot to add it on all of them, didn't I? Let's see. That also needs a better system too, I think. I think this whole thing can really be adjusted quite a bit. Seems like they're recycling so much code. I guess they're not totally recycling as much code. They were like recycling some of the code. But the amount at the bottom can be like that would be like if damage, do this, and just have all this information. I might do that. That's a quiet night, like 2 whole views. Jesus. Huh. Well, I tried a different thumbnail this time, and that thumbnail seems to have done way worse. I also tagged the picture, or tagged the video, or the stream, I should say. And last time I tagged it, it did terrible. So maybe I don't use tags anymore. I just put it in the RPGMaker category and say, yeah, that's good. Also, check if certain nights are really bad. Could stream earlier too. Could also just get up earlier in the day. I like streaming when there's people to talk to. It does make me work really hard on things, though. That's true. Like, I would never have done all this otherwise. I'd have been like, nah. I need to have a video for people to look at. That's kind of cool, actually, the way it flips up like that. can get behind that. So I like that. This whole system is just such a mess. Jeez. It's basically just stuff that would have been inside the event I just put out here, so it'd be easier to keep track of, but it still feels like a mess. But how much do I want to waste time streamlining it? I think is the question. And I don't think I want to. Random's not even used there. The more I mess with this, the more I start adding in options to keep randomizing it and adding more like longer waits and things like that. Just stuff that makes it a much more game-like experience instead of so fast. Huh. I guess I add this feature into my other plugin too, for that matter. Because the two just work with, you know, a different type of pixie thing, so it doesn't really matter. And then check needs to have move sprite, move text. This is called move sprite. It is. I don't care about any of that. I didn't change any of that. It comes up to here is where I changed the last things. I made a change to right there. That should be all it needs. I might also remove the MZ logo from there, because it might just be RPGMaker is just better, because nobody owns MZ, like nobody in the world. What do I even want to do with that, though? The actual, the other one there. I guess I can make a quick damage image that appears, just to see if it works. Not particularly necessary, but okay. I need an image to work here. It doesn't really matter what the image is. I just need an image. So just to see if the code works. It might not be easy to see the heart though. Gold star. I don't need to do this. I just want to see if my plugin works. So, you know, it is what it is. There, it doesn't use style. It does use those though. Yeah, those all work for it. That should be enough. The two plugins are so close to each other in how they function. It's just one's the more complex version of the other. Actually, they also, one uses pixie text and the other uses pixie sprites. I could merge them though. They really could be merged pretty easily. I could also have a main plugin that kind of runs everything, which would probably be way easier. I don't know, whatever, they work. There's no reason to change something that works. I added the functionality because I wanted the functionality extra, but other than that, I didn't really care. Oops, I got missed by it. Didn't display. Have I messed up my own command for that? Maybe. Bleh. Keyboard is awful. The layer should be above anyway. Right? Don't add to the screen. How close are these commands really? I mean, they're pretty close. Sure. I mean, I guess I could have layer same. I don't want the layer to be the same. I think it's maybe it's too hard to see whatever it was I was trying to add. I think it's going to be huge. Sure, this is suitably big enough. I don't know what this feature is good for yet, but I'll figure out a use for it. If I have an HP gauge, I could have a heart above the head that gets smaller and smaller the more you beat on it. Huh. Should run a full copy paste. Oh, that's weird. They dropped a bunch of things on top of her. Guess I didn't block the area off very well, huh? Okay, you're gonna... Why is the console not showing up? Oh. I call it Moose Sprite, right? Yep. Probably all I need. Where'd you go? Over there. Good times. Oops. On the plus side, I can always stream myself doing these things, and then even if it's private, I can then chop them up a lot easier now that the connection's really good. I need to pretty much start doing, just put up videos of how to do things. I may cut out early tonight and do that. This can be like the lowest viewed stream I've ever had. That's fine. Those hit each other, didn't they? They didn't hit me. Neither happened, huh? Well, that's interesting. I guess I've messed something up here. Actually, let's do it in this order. Where I use this command, it was actually just recycling everyone else's stuff too, right? So interesting. Yeah, it's just recycling that. They recycle the same stuff quite a bit. It does have wobble, right? This is the thing I gave it for some reason. Yep, should be wobble. Yep. Interesting. Let's see what it says. I think I've overestimated people's interest in RM code by a lot. I think I've overestimated people's interest in RM. But maybe not. Maybe it's just the time of day. I might try a different time of day, and if that's just not a good thing, then maybe I'll swap to something different. But I do want to release some versions of this and see how people even take it, if they're interested in it at all or not. I've never had it completely lock me into an area, so far the randomizer's been good enough. What are you running to? It's so annoying. Undefined. Huh. That's interesting indeed. How'd I flub this? It doesn't look like I flubbed it. No. That worked. Yeah, another player got hit. There's no timing on it, so why did it not show? Yeah, Moose Sprite should have been there. Guess these two plugins aren't as similar as I thought. Well, it reaches the point where it moves. That's true. Perhaps it just moves too fast? I guess on visual, it did make some changes trying to mess with some other things there, and it didn't actually finish it. There's some wire there, sure, layer, but it just automatically does above otherwise. Does message do an automatic Z? Maybe that's the problem. Well, that shouldn't make much difference. Yeah, they're so identical to each other. Except for Sprite behaves in a weird way. Let me test something here first. Let's make certain I don't have a weird version of the command that's just wrong. Let's just remove the move Y entirely. Not that move Y. Let's move this move Y. Undo, undo. There we go. Let's save it. I'm really wondering how badly MZ sold that they made this huge action RPG thing for it with additional graphics. Like, they don't usually do a lot of free stuff like that. Like, they do little tiny dopey things, but that seems pretty major. Almost like they do what, you know, some of the plugin devs just did for free, which is sad that the plugin devs often do more than that, but still, I mean, still cool. Nothing wrong with that. But really interesting though. It just seems like the big change there. But, I mean, good on them. I want them to make these changes. It definitely shows they're trying to make the product do well. So move Y is what does not work. Otherwise, everything else works. So now we know that's true. But why does move Y not work? I figured that was the case. It's pretty unusual for my plugin to have problems. They've pretty much hit the rounds quite a bit. Like, they are definitely well designed by now. But when I add new cramp, it's not so well designed. So move Y is F'd. But it actually did reach that point, though, on the move. It just didn't do anything. Hmm. Hmm. We've already seen it actually gets down there. The issue is, why does it not display? I did copy everything over here, so I guess I should put this limitation in there. Where are they going? It's not displaying it at all either, so I think this actually has to go after is the problem, right? Message has it after? Yeah. Yes, has to go after. This one's already after. All right, well, that sucks. All that effort, and I might have just had it in the wrong order like a weirdo. I can tell the interest just isn't there on a lot of this. Maybe I should just play games. Nobody really wants to see how the games are made, I don't think. And maybe at first, but then they realize how hard it is and they don't want to see it anymore. Well, the only person I really had who watched for any length of time is quite literally nothing to do with RM. It kind of does say something, doesn't it? It's working up to that point, so I don't need this additional information here. I think it's just name. I'm gonna put this all into the same one. A lot easier. Oops. I may just screw around with the enemies for a while. This is an unnecessary thing. I don't even want making it happen, to be honest. Oops. That is not the copy paste I'm looking for here. I was just looking for this. Okay, well. I may temporarily call it quits on this one and just start working on the actual game itself. I guess I'll go till another half an hour, right? I want to stream for 3 hours or so. Even if this particular stream seems to be kind of a bust. Kind of a bust indeed. The streamers say, right, you know, like the numbers can be depressing if your numbers are like really high one day and then low another. I mean, it looks like it should be above the player. That's weird. Wait a minute. Oh, that's right. That's just the interface thingy. I wonder if that mouse move system for that one's better. This one sucks. You probably need their pixel system too, though, fortunately. I guess I write it off for the moment. I don't know. Yeah, for now I'll write it off. It's not important. I'm literally working on something that doesn't even matter for this and struggling on it, and that's stupid. And at no point did I even want this feature for this plugin. Removing images is important, but there's something just off somewhere that I'm messing up with on it that just, I don't know. I suspect if I came back to it with a clearer head at some point, I'd probably have no problem spotting it, but I always feel kind of low energy at this point in this week. Right after my, well, I didn't really work this weekend. It was kind of a lousy weekend for business. I didn't do anything. Oh. Yeah, check should be right after. Otherwise, it should be pretty similar. I have no idea why those are there, but I did it on both of them for some reason. I also just copied the code. There must be something I'm missing on that. You know, I'm going to play with making the enemies better. This is just a waste of time. What can I do to make the jack better? It's almost like they need a projectile or some sort of attack nearby. You could jump on them. I really want him to just get near the player. The poison doesn't seem... Well, it is kind of effective now. It does a lot more damage. He should probably fire the poison near the player, though. Instead of spawning it near himself. Maybe that's what I do. I just have him like an attack that puts poison near the player and everything. With all the poison near himself doesn't really do very much. Unless he can get near the player and drop a bunch of it. Yeah, it's like, where'd he go? Who knows? Just somewhere else. I don't know if jumping away from the player is ever correct because the player has a projectile. Unless they want Poppy's main attack to be kicking things. I don't think so, though. The game is designed around shooting these projectiles, so it seems kind of ridiculous. I want the invincibility frames, too. I don't want to do that right now. Like, he just doesn't do anything. Like, look, he's not even hitting me. He's just gone. Now he's near me again. So then we have him instead jump to the player. That'll make him significantly more aggressive. He needs to be more aggressive. He needs to be so much more aggressive. Oh my gosh. You know what time of day really is the difference? What's their advertising? Was I even testing it? Oh yeah, the boss. Ugh. Okay, why is he... Man, I don't want to move away at all is the thing. He hopped at me once. I guess the conditions for hopping at me are really bad. They don't trigger very often. What happens first? He checks to see if he's within 200. He's probably within 200, he does this. But those should be fine. But then here is I feel like this boss is too complicated for what he's doing. Mm. This needs a weight on it. There's a jump. I know what it is about this particular night. Last week I also felt really low energy this time too. Really is this day. I don't like this day. Weekends I like. I think I'm moved to just afternoon the weekends. So it's just afternoon all the time. I don't know if I'm not like busy. I just stream. Seems like not a bad plan. I'll have to check and see or find something more interesting to do while I'm just sitting here. This game dev is so repetitive. Like it's neat to me and the things I can make, but I kind of feel like it's only neat to me. Like, most people aren't gonna care. Or they're excited that you made it, or you're making it, and they'll maybe test it out for you, but that's not going to be that useful to me. He's definitely more threatening. I actually like that he jumps in the player now. It's interesting. Unfortunately, when he jumps, he almost needs through on for a moment. He's jumping on the player. Try to avoid typing. Oops, I don't want that. Don't conditional branch. Um, oh. I don't want him jumping on the player. Hmm. No. Let's see. Is How far away do I want them to land, I think is the question. These are really big. It used to be that within 3 should be enough. But instead, he's really big. Maybe with like 4 or 5. We'll say greater than... We'll give him at least 2 here. No. We'll try 4 for a bit on these, see how that goes. I am not going to continuously type this, because I suspect I'm about to make a lot of changes to this number. That's one for a brief second, then they left. That's okay. I'm only going to be streaming for like 7 more minutes anyway. I really get a lot of people though. This is not a good time of day, I think. It really seems like a bad one. It takes a long time to make these effects happen in 2D and very little time in 3D. Well, once I finish this game, at least I'll have something people to mess with, and then I'll make another game, I guess. I was hoping it would build something of a following, but we'll have to see. Okay. What in the world? Oh. Oh, that was not good. The only change I made was that, so I guess I'm gonna do this way. That sucks. Confused it somehow. I hate doing this inside of this engine. Plugins are so much better. Oh. Cancel that. I think I said whatever. I put it in a loop but didn't break the loop. Whatever. My desire to play with that tonight is just not there. It's very apparent. I think I might try streaming tomorrow and during the day. Because nighttime streams, I don't know, I'm like up during the day and messing with things. I could be derping along, but I'm not. I'm just kind of doing nothing. There's definitely a problem with how those are going because some go the other way. You get two images. Doesn't make any sense. Huh. I don't know. Oh. Oh, I know. Name this like that. That's a way better plan here. Oh. What is this then? Well, then I don't need you. You're completely worthless. Okay. Wait, no. How the projectiles work? It's all the fine there. Um, I'm gonna make a jank one first. And all it's gonna do is this. And I just want to create 269. All right. And then okay. Weight 60. I could just jump to directly on top of the player, but I figure if I'm warning the player enough, then that should be fine. I guess when an enemy dies, I could actually use the move graphic thing to throw him or something, like they do in the new action thingy for RPGMaker. Probably the first time I've been blocked by these things. Am I blocked completely? Not really. I should be, though. I shouldn't be able to walk through that. Now I can't. Oh, that's weird. Okay, they're the ghost form. You can easily break out of things. I think after this test, once I get this thing working, I'm going to probably call it for the night. I just have such low energy on these nights, so it's like not that exciting to me. Like, for some reason, Tuesday is not my day. Why doesn't it go away, first of all? Oh. He's more threatening. Or any faster ones for that. But I'll do that later. Anyway, I think I'm going to call it for tonight. And maybe I'll start streaming earlier from now on, I think. I don't know. Now that I have a better internet connection, the sky's the limit. I've only been streaming this time because I didn't have a lot of choice. But now I can pretty much stream any time of day. That might be happening soon. Anyway, if you haven't, subscribed to the channel and you're watching this stream, thanks for watching the stream. If you want to see more, streams when they happen and whenever I decide to move them to, hit the notifications or at least subscribe to the stream and keep checking back. Yeah. It'll probably be sometime during the Pacific day because when most people are up and when a normal push will be up, and I don't know why I'm up all night. That's crazy. But anyway, I will catch everyone later. See ya.